Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Dead Kings issue number 1 out of Aftershock Comics. All right, let's talk about who made this comic book. I'll talk about my, I don't know, lack of pure interest in the comic. Dead Kings number 1 is called Motherland Calls. Steve Orlando is the co-creator and writer. Matthew Dow Smith is the co-creator and artist. Again, I love how Aftershock does that. Lauren Affe is the colorist, and Thomas Maurer is Maurer, sorry, is the letterer. I'm sorry, Thomas. Matthew Dow Smith is the artist for cover A, and Michael Gatos does cover B. Sweet. Logo designer and production, Charles Pritchett. Okay, so, variant cover, Russ Braun and Jose Villarriba. Anyway, so listen, this comic, basically it's an alternate Earth, most likely an alternate Earth, but it could also just be far in the future. There are no superhumans, it seems, just yet, but they're like these giant mechs. Some of them are really cool. Like the art in this is awesome. All right, I gotta hand it to the artist, man. Freaking Matthew Dow Smith, sick. Made this one giant wolf mecha, and I'm just like, what? I think we might see him or his son again in the future, the Orakechny. See, I can't pronounce any of the words in here. This is all Russian, all right? No, the words are not in Russian. They're English words, but there are a lot of Russian words that are transliterated into English. Sorry if you already know what transliterated means. If you don't, there's a translation, means you take something from another language and translate it into English, right? Or whatever language you want. In this case, it's English. But a transliteration means you're keeping the word in the other language, but putting it in English letters. So this way, if you're taking a word like, I don't know, just take any word like muchachos, okay? For whatever reason, muchachos is in my head, okay? They're not going to translate the word for you and say it means friends. No, they're going to transliterate it so that you can't read Spanish, but you can read it in English when it says muchachos. Okay, so the word is muchachos. I don't know what muchachos means, but I understand that it is the word muchachos. Now, for many of us Americans, or, possibly even a lot of people in Canada here, yeah, it's, you translate something or transliterate something from Spanish, you're probably going to be okay. But Russian? How many people actually speak Russian or any of the languages in the former Soviet Union? Not I. I can say niet. I've read some Colossus from the X-Men, and I know some of the words there. Glasnost, that's how I learned the word glasnost, man. But Russian's a more difficult one. So there are a lot of words that just, for me, completely unpronounceable. Like Okshtechchini is one of them. I think those are like the secret police, like their version of the KGB. Like this comic books version of the KGB. I don't know if they're a real entity or not. I don't know, man. It seems like there are people being born in this really ridiculous world where people are being killed. Mechas apparently are not a thing anymore, apparently. But there are secret police all over the place, and this guy had one of his testicles removed and replaced with a bomb. And he's supposed to go in and blow up this prison camp called Sochi. And he's not going to go to Sochi, though. He's going to go to a different camp. Can you see how I'm a little bit confused with all this? This could be a cool comic book, but you're probably going to have to read the next 5 issues in order to get to that cool point. For me, at least, I don't know about most of them. I'm not going to speak for anybody. I'm not so pretentious as to do so. But for me, you got to catch me on the first damn issue. Make no mistake. A lot of younger people, I know with animes, they can watch just anime after anime after anime. I've had lots of people sit here, like, here's the comparison. I've had lots of people tell me, oh yeah, man, you should go and check out this anime. Okay, I'll watch the first episode. I don't like it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't like it. Well, how many did you watch? I only watched the one. Nah, dude, you got to watch like the first 10 to really get into it. Each episode, even if it was only a half an hour long, which sometimes they're an hour long, you want me to sit through 5 hours? Where spend 5 hours of my life? That's not like a quick little scan through. You know, it's not like a quick little flip through or something like that. You want me to sit and watch and devote attention for 5 hours straight to get into a show that I might not actually get into because it's just simply not to my liking. And do you know how many people tell me to do that? No, dude, you got to go and check out this show. You got to watch the first like 20, watch the first season. I've had people say, you got to watch the first season, man. When you get to the end, it's like, holy crap, it's going to blow your mind. How do you know? How do you know? So in this particular case, like this is kind of how I feel about this comic book, that there's the slow build. But these are, you could do, my opinion, you could do a slow build with a character like Spider-Man or Batman. You know what I'm saying? You could do a slow build with an established character. You can't do that with an unknown character. Here's something worse. Not so easy to do that with an unknown character or an unknown book. It's not an unknown comic book company. Not a, Aftershock Comics is not an unknown publisher necessarily. Some of you might not have ever heard of it, but I mean, like for me, this is an indie, comic company. So we're taking a chance just buying the first issue. I want you to really think about that. With an indie company, you are taking a chance with every issue you buy. Money ain't easy today. That's not a, you or him or me thing. That's a universal thing right now. Unless you're one of the, really rich, like the top 1% of the top 1%, just no, man. No. Your average person can't afford to just go around and start buying a whole bunch of comic books. So, yeah, man, this stuff gets expensive. So I buy this comic book. I digitally buy this comic book, and then you're going to go and tell me, oh, yeah, you have to buy the first 5 or 6 issues in order to get into it. Sorry, you didn't catch me the first issue. I'm not spending any more money on this comic book, bruh. I'll review it if somebody loans me their copy. But I don't know too many people willing to do that. I don't know too many people willing to check this out. So that's legitimately where I stand with this comic book. I really do wish they could have hit me harder in this first issue, gotten me to go, oh, but instead, they don't even say where this guy's going, just that he's not going to Sochi. Okay, is he going to go, I don't even want to get into it, because you know what? I'm just simply not invested in it. It didn't give me any reason to get invested. The story sounded cool. The art is awesome. Everything about this comic book looks cool, but it's not cool enough to get me to want to turn that extra page, to go a month from now and buy the next issue. That's where it fails. It doesn't give me enough story, background, whatever. It doesn't get me interested enough in, I can't remember her name now, but the badass female who can kill somebody with a broken beer bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, none of these characters stuck with me enough. There wasn't enough in here for me to actually pick up that next issue. Anyway, spend enough time talking about this in the first place. Guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.